All right, I think we are live. So, hello everyone. I'm Virtuoso, and welcome to the first ever Eterspire live stream on this channel. So, a while back, I'd say about a couple weeks from now, I've reached the required subscriber count, thanks to all of y'all's support, to do live stream on this channel. And I was thinking, what better way to do this than to live stream myself hitting level 160 plus 2000 and level 100 fishing at the same time. So, for those of you who are still new to the game, though I imagine a good number of you have probably been playing this game for a very long time, I'm Virtuoso. I've been playing Eterspire since November of last year. And after receiving some nice comments from some of the player mods about starting a YouTube channel, I went ahead and did it in February of this year. And 3 months later, here we are, doing this live stream. It's been a hell of a journey. And today you're all about to witness the greatest achievement in Eterspire. So just to give everybody a couple ideas of what's going to happen today. So first of all, a huge shout out to the developers for offering to sponsor this live stream with 4 500 crystal packs giveaway. Now, for those of you who have been kind of paying attention in the Discord server and the community at large, we had a couple of days, about a week, where you can go ahead and enter this giveaway. Well, we had over 50 entries. I spent a good 30-40 minutes going through them, putting them in an Excel sheet. And today you're all going to find out who's going to be the lucky 4 that's going to win those $500 crystal packs. So in terms of what's going to be happening today, we're going to first start off is we're going to head over to the Trials of the Mountain. And for those of you who are new to this game, Trials of the Mountain is when you reach max level, you go to this one place, and they've introduced the co-op multiplayer mode for this game. It's something that people who have been playing this game for a long time have been asking for. And yeah, we're going to be reaching 160 plus 2000 by doing the final Trials of the Mountain. And basically the way this is going to work is I'm going to go there, I'm going to open up a public lobby, and any of you who are welcome to join, it's first come, first serve. And once we do, we're going to do 10 of those runs. And I'm going to hit plus 2000 exactly at the 10th run. And for those of you who have entered a giveaway, all of you have guessed just how many Rhodonite shards that I'll be getting from these 10 runs. Now, the question here is, am I going to be getting nothing but shards and runes and soul fragments? Or maybe we'll be lucky and get something out of this. And what's going to be followed by this is we're going to be doing another event called the Last Catch, and that is where I'm going to be reaching level 100 fishing. I got 6,000 XP left, as you can see here. Right? I am 99%. I'm almost there. And you're all going to be able to see me do this live. And the question here is, what is my last catch is going to be? Is it going to be a crab, or is it going to be a lobster? So that's what we're going to find out too. And after all of this is over, and after all of the giveaways are done, we're going to take a couple of group photos. Now, some of the player mods have reminded me of this, so I'm going to make a slight adjustment to this. While we will still take a group photo at Stonehollow, and feel free to emote spam to your heart's content, like just look your best for the picture. The thing about this game is that when there's too many players in the same zone, and Stonehollow, given that it's kind of the central hub for everything, we may encounter some issues with sharding. And so with that in mind, we will also be taking some group pictures in Alcalaga and Trials of the Mountains. So that way people across different level ranges will have the opportunity to be a part of this. So that's basically going to be what's going to be happening today. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and head over to the Trials of the Mountains now. And we will get the first event underway. So I'll be right back. All right, so here we are at Trials of the Mountain, and on the count of 3, I'm going to type in chat LFG T5, and the first 3 people that will answer with me is going to be in the group. Right? 3, 2, 1. And let's see who's going to be the lucky few that's going to be a part of this. Okay, what does XXX mean, Cheesy? What is that supposed to mean? But all right. Well, I assume that means you want to be a part of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you an invite. All right, we got 2 more spots. Who else is joining? It's first come, first serve. I'm not seeing any me's besides Cheesy. All right, Roxana, you're in. Welcome. All right, we got one last spot. One last spot. Oop, I'm not gonna be typing Chinese. We've been over that. Right, make sure to type in the proper language channel, all that. Okay, X. Okay, I assume that means you want to join. All right. Okay, we got a full party. So as you can see here, I have pretty much almost full everfrost. I have a stun amulet, but I can change to blind as needed. And for those of you who haven't been through trials yet, I mean, I'm still working on that trials video. They'll be coming soon, TM. But in the meantime, this will also be a great opportunity for me to basically give you guys a crash course on basically how trials work. And by the way, do check out Very's video on how aggro work, because I'm going to also be demonstrating a little bit of how some of that work too. All right, y'all ready? I'm going to say I'm S1. So S1 means I'm going to be the first person to use the stun amulet when the boss spawns. And S2 means Cheesy's going to be using it after I use. Okay, Roxana B2, B stands for blind. You only have S. Okay, I will use blind. So Duke is going to be... All right. Oh, okay. Got it. In that case, I'll be S1. Duke's going to be S2. Cheesy's going to be B1. And Roxana's going to be B2. And when you have 2 amulets, what happens is you will basically be permanently immune to whatever status that you are trying to protect yourself against, because there is overlap between the 2 amulets. And that's how you basically ensure that you don't get blinded or stunned, which are the 2 status that are deadliest to you in the final trial. All right, let's go ahead and head in. So now that we're in the trial, the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you are in the center of the map. And what this does is when the bosses and the mobs, when the mobs spawn, they will be coming in from all around you, right into the middle, like this. And see how because we're all bunched together, we can all just spam our AoE abilities and they just all die. Pretty straightforward stuff. And basically, with every single trial, there's going to be a few of those mobs. And towards the end, there'll be a boss. And when you do this enough, you will get a sense of, for each trial, how many waves of mob there are. It's been a while since I've played because I literally can't level Virtuoso until this event. So if I remember correctly, there are 7 waves in Final Trials of the Mountain. I hope I am remembering this correctly because it would be really embarrassing if I didn't. Alright, should be boss spawn. There it is. So notice how we're all casting our abilities at the same time, and for a split second, Assel's blinded me for a split second, but because the blind kicked in, it was like nothing happened. And now, should be dead any second now. So see how I use stun right at the end? That's how you ensure that there's always anti-stun ready and available. And with that, he's down. Let's see what we get. Okay, Azure Break. Not a bad start. I mean, I'll take it. It's definitely better than just nothing but shards. And so far, we have 1 shard. 9 to go. By the way, I don't know if the devs are watching, but at some point, it would be really nice if we can get rid of this thing. Because usually you get this when somebody hits the max level in the server chat. Like, the server will make an announcement about somebody reaching the max level, and this is the sound effect they use. But in trials, this is used every single wave. And the first couple of times it's pretty cool, right? But if you're someone who likes to grind this mode, yeah, it does get a little bit annoying. So if there's one feedback that I'll give here is just like get rid of that, or maybe use some other sound effect. That's what I would do. All right. So one other thing, this isn't super important, like not as important as making sure that you're using your amulets at the boss, but you may notice that some of the mobs actually will use abilities too. Oh, there's like 2 stragglers here. And what happens here is if you want to like really play optimally, you can just keep using your amulets even when it's just mobs. Now the issue is that, you know, I'm lazy, so I don't bother with that. Oh, so see that? Because I was a little distracted, the wolf stunned me for a sec, and now I just took a whole bunch of damage. So one thing that you want to make sure you do is use your amulets before the boss spawns, so that when the boss spawns, they don't instantly stun you, because sometimes they like to do that. It's annoying, but you know, you are provided the tools available to be able to handle that. All right, stun's about to run out, and I overlap. Oh no, who's gonna die? No! Did he die? Oh, we lost Roxana. Roxana down. 07 in chat for Roxana. All right, we'll wait for you, buddy. All right, so let me see what I got. So that's a second shard. So there's 8 more runs, and so far we got 2 out of 2. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. This is run 3. So, to kind of give everyone a super simplified rundown of how aggro works in this game, and by the way, again, do check out Very's video. He goes very in depth about this. The way it works is whenever the boss spawns, it will attack whoever is closest. So there is no calculation of aggro based on DPS or the amount of threat. Like there's nothing like that. It's very simple. Aggro in Eterspire for bosses is very simple. It's based on how close you are to the boss. And basically what the boss does is it will attack whoever's closest first. And then after attacking twice, it will turn and change its target to whoever is second closest. And then it will just keep doing that and keep switching targets to the next closest target and so on and so forth until it's either dead or you're dead. And the way you can kind of play around with that is you can have the tankier players in the group, such as usually a guardian, right? Or in the case of a warrior, you can off tank. You will have the tankier members stand closer to the boss, while the people who do damage, such as the sorcerers, the rogues, they will stand a little further away. And what happens is the boss will just keep attacking the 2 tankier players in the group. And you want that because you want the squishier DPSers to be able to consistently and reliably do damage without worrying about dying. So you see, I am standing super close because, I mean, I'm in pretty much full everfrost, right? So I can afford to take a few hits. And meanwhile, Roxana doesn't take any damage because I'm basically taking all the hits, and Cheesy's taking all the hits too. Oh, wow, that was a... Oh, whoa, whoa! Okay, that was a little too close for comfort. Oh boy. Wow, that wasn't even close. I totally wasn't sweating bullets there. Let's see what we get. Raw Nice Shard, and I hit 1998, so 2 more levels to go. We got 2 more levels. So far, we got 3 shards. So the reason why we are struggling a bit, and this is just practical advice, if you are not like fully geared, right? None of you have super overpowered gear or anything like that. You will want at least 1 guardian in your group, because guardian has something called a bardiche, and the bardiche skill is a straight up damage reduction for your whole party. So this is just one thing to keep in mind, is if you don't have the gear to run other comps, you want to have at least 1 guardian. And if you really want to play it safe, you can even have 2 guardians. Now, that would naturally mean the bosses, the waves, the trials will take a little bit longer. But when you have 2 guardians, you basically have perma damage reduction because of the bardiche buff. So that is something for you to keep in mind if you're kind of struggling with the final and hidden trials, is sometimes, you know, you can afford to spend a few more seconds if that means you can clear the trials consistently. Because if you all die, then that's time wasted. So currently in this party, if memory serves well, we do have guardians. But, like, sometimes because we only have 1, what happens is the buff runs out, and then that's when I start to take a lot of damage. And by the way, that is why I run Shout as a warrior. Because Shout is kind of like a shorter bardiche buff, like a weaker version of it. But what it does is it also is a damage reduction. And it actually stacks with the bardiche buff. Alright. So you see how it's just attacking me and Duke? That's how you ensure that the other damage dealers are kept safe. Oh, never mind. It's turning too cheesy. So you see how Duke kind of ran back? He waited, he took his 2 hits, and then he ran back, and what this does is, once the wolf changes... Okay, excellent Wintertide, that's better than nothing. I mean, excellent Wintertide to give everyone a reference of how good it is, and just in general, how good the equipment are in the final trials, and just, you know, the 160 trials. Wintertide is the same as Omen. And Omen was previously the best in-slot gear in the previous update before trials were introduced. So excellent Wintertide is effectively excellent Omen. So let's see, so far we got a rune. So I got a rune. So what that means is, so those who are still in the giveaway event are those that have guessed 9 shards and below. Yeah, so as you can see, trials, in terms of the content, right, it's pretty straightforward. You got waves of mobs, you got a boss at the end, then that pretty much covers it. So that's why I'm pretty excited when I saw the devs working on bigger maps, because, you know, if you combine the 2 tech together, right, I'm praying, right, again, like, I don't have any insider information here, this is all speculation. I'm hoping for some larger scale co-op content in the future. Like, think dungeons and raids, right? Doesn't have to be anything super complicated. Just, you know, something a little bit more than standing in one spot. Right? Because that does get repetitive. But, you know, I'm sure the devs are cooking up stuff, so all we have to do is just be patient, and then grind out trials, get your endgame gear, and get ready for whatever that the devs are going to bring in the next couple of updates. Alright, let's see what we get. Shards. Okay, so now we have 4 shards. We have 5 runs left. And by the way, right next to the final Trials of the Mountain is the hidden Trials of the Mountain. Yeah, that one is very hard if you don't have the proper gear for it. So you do have a bit of a choice here, right? You can either do final Trials of the Mountain, which is easier to do, but the drop rates are worse. Or you can do the hidden trials when you have enough gear to tackle it on. You get a bit of a better chance to get the endgame gear, but it's much harder. Let's just say it's much harder. So yeah, something to shoot for those of you who are getting close to hitting 160 or are new to it, or are new to trials. We've got a few stragglers here. Okay, we got those. Let's see here. I'm a new player, just hit level 21, and I love the game. Yeah, by the way, those of you who are new, if you get the chance to, like, don't skip all the dialogues, like, actually take some time to read some of those, because this game's got some really witty writing. Especially for a mobile game, like, that's impressive. Like, and let's just say that along the way, as you continue to level, there will be some absolute cinema moments. I mean, I'm not gonna give you any spoilers, just seek those out. There's a couple of surprises for you waiting, for those of you who are new. Yeah, this Listless says, yeah, I was starting to actually enjoy the story. Yeah, the story is surprisingly good. You know, it's got the nice balance of humor, suspense, a little bit of everything. Yeah, and you know, it's simple. Don't get it wrong, but it's cute. Yeah, like it's a very simple story about you know going on adventure with a group of folks in the Adventures Guild. All right, but it's very straightforward. Sometimes that's good. Okay, we got 5 shards now. We got 4 runs left. All right, here we go. Okay, wow, there is a lot of people that's cramped up here. And yep, sometimes that happens. I remember when Trials first came out, it was cramped. Like everybody was just trying to get in. Oh yeah, for real. I mean, nowadays, right, we a lot of the more dedicated players are fully geared out. I mean, I still got a gauntlet left, right? But I'm sure that, you know, once there's new content, all these players are going to come back. There we go. It's wave 1. All right, I'm actually curious. Did I remember this correctly? So that's wave 2. There should be 7 waves. Okay, that's wave 3. Wave 4. Best part, Vila Investada. Love that girl. I think I vaguely know who you're talking about, but it's been a while. So I can't remember. Was it the... Wave 5? Was it the one that wanted to invite Caitlyn out for a drink or something? Wave 6? Wave 7. Ah, yes, yeah, so I did remember that correctly. Great. So that's wave 7. The boss should be spawning now. There it is. Okay, so I did remember it correctly. Whew. Yeah, it would have been real embarrassing if I gave you guys misinformation. Right. Oh, yeah, I was reading chat. What I should have done was use the stun amulet. But fortunately, stun amulet has a longer duration than blind amulet. Like if you mess up blind amulet, that's like much more punishing. But stun amulet, if you get stunned, yeah, that sucks. You're gonna have a rough time if you get stunned. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so we got 3 more runs. And we have 6 shards. 3 more runs, and then I hit plus 2,000. I'm at 1999 right now. We're getting close. Oh yeah. Okay, that's wave 2. Oh, yeah. So sometimes if you're too lazy and you skimp out on using your amulets and the mobs, yeah, you just get stunned, and it's a little bit annoying, right? So, if your party lacks AOE, right? Let's say that you have a lot of rogues, you might want to use the amulet regardless, just because of how annoying it is to get stunned and blinded. I mean, particularly the stun. Like the blind isn't as bad because a lot of times you're killing the waves through using your abilities anyways. But if you get stunned, you can't do anything. So if you notice, there's like some mobs and you may start to pick up on things, right? Like some of the wolves you stuns, the nabbies you stun. Okay, wait, I gotta use this. Wait, oh. I had a brain fart. I thought this was the boss. Okay, this should be the boss wave. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so sometimes the little mobs, it might be worth it to just use stun if you know that mob is going to use stun. Like wolves, nabbies. I remember there is one more that uses stun, but I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure like those 2 are the main ones. I'm gonna make sure I use my stun amulet this time. Here we go. Have my shard up. My shout up. There we go. He's down. Let's see what we get. Another shard. Alright, so far we have 7 shards and 2 runs left. We're in the home stretch. We're almost there. Well, it's a bit of a traffic jam here in the final trials of the mountains. Okay, wait. Yeah, I would trust Duke. Yeah, we have, yep, there's 2 more. 2 more. Yeah, it's been a long time in the making, right? Since November, so half a year. And here's honestly just a practical advice. I remember reading in the Discord server, someone said that they like to take it slow and not rush things. I definitely agree with that. Because this is a very grindy game, right? There's no pay to win. Like you can't pay your way through max level. Like that's just not something that you can do. Like yeah, sure, there's the 10% XP boost from Infinite, but that's like what, 10%. So yeah, everything you do in this game for the most part is your hard work, right? There's no way around it. So it can be very easy to burn out if you go too hardcore and try to, you know, reach 160 in one day. Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time. So I recommend taking it slow, right? Experience the story, see what this game has to offer, and then just take your time with this. The extra levels will always be there for you to grind. And so does the trials. So there's really no need to rush. Listless says, oh yeah, I was talking about a little MMO burnout. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you that was talking about it. Yeah, but I definitely agree. MMO burnout is real. Oh, so you see how because the stun ran out, so I got stunned and I can't do anything. So, I mean, blind is also pretty bad because you can't auto attack, and as you reach the levels, you will gain the ability to lifesteal. That's going to be like your main way to... Oh wow, I'm actually getting kind of low here. All right, I'm gonna run back a little. So see that once the attack, once the wolf switches target, I just run back a little, and I'm fine. All right, I believe this is the final run, right? Let me just make sure. Yes. So far we're sitting at 8 shards, 9 runs. This is the home stretch. This is the last one. The final one. Here we go. Yep. You're all gonna witness it. Plus 2,000. Live on YouTube. All right, the wolves do stun. Okay, you see there? What I should have done was I should have used the stun amulet first and then the cataclysm. I think that's what it's called. But because I was greedy and I used this cataclysm first, I didn't get to use my stun amulet because I was stunned instantly. And one other neat little trick you can do is if you get an idea that your group can clear mobs pretty fast, you can even use some of your cooldowns on your abilities, so with longer cooldowns, to kind of estimate when the boss is going to show up. So for those of you who have been pretty prudent, you might notice that I use Cataclysm at the start of every single trial, when the first wave spawns. And that's because by the time the boss spawns, Cataclysm is off cooldown. So that's kind of how I can gauge when the boss is going to spawn if I'm too lazy to count waves. But it's not perfect, right? So it's not 100% accuracy, like a couple times I messed up. But it's a nice rule of thumb for you to use. So that should be the boss. All right. Here we go. I'm seeing some frame rate drop here. All right, let's see here. So you hear the like shield sound? That means the boss is trying to use abilities on me, but it can't because I'm resisting it, thanks to all the amulets. It's a good sound. I like to hear it. Right, should be dead any second now. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Plus 2,000 and 9 shards. So those of you who guessed 9 shards in the giveaway, congratulations. Ah, thank you, Chris. Yep, there it is. So before we go ahead and reveal the giveaway, there is something very important that I have to do, plus 2,000. And this is not something that people may know without hearing this from more experienced players. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick trip to Alcalaga because we need to talk to someone to get something. So once you hit plus 2,000, you want to head over here and talk to this guy, Gervasius. And he's going to have something for you. Okay, he says he's very valiant. That's why they call him Gervasius the Valiant. Yeah, you don't say. Okay. Yeah, it's funny, I suppose. I have reached the max level. I know, right? It's unbelievable. Yes, I am incredible. I did it. I reached 160 plus 2,000. So what's going to happen? Yes, this is a feat for the ages, and many people before me have reached this. Can only congratulate. Okay, so what do I get? Yes, I'm a legend. I'm truly the greatest among greatest. Yes, I know, right? That's why we call this live stream the Eterspire the greatest achievement, right? Even he agrees. The greatest among the greatest. So what does he have? It's an epithet. Sure. This is only award to those who managed to do what we just did. This is the rarest among them all. Well, technically, this is not true because some of the OG players they got some real rarest epithet among them all. But this is pretty rare too. Okay, signifies courage, strength, and most of all, power of will. Yeah, 6 months grinding. Though to be fair, fishing is way harder. We will get to that later. It's mine now. Oh, he's giving me is that a halberd? Wow, even he knows the memes. Yeah, by the way, those of you who've been around for a while probably have known that I spent 23 days trying to get that everfrost halberd. So whenever I see a halberd, I get a bit of that Vietnam flashback there. Supreme Overlord of Celestial Dominion. Okay, what's the last piece of advice? What's the last piece of advice? In both this world and the one beyond the screen, always remember, true power isn't just about reaching the pinnacle, but in how you use it. Your dedication, perseverance, and resilience brought you here. I guess you can also say that's another way of saying masochism. But it's your heart, your choices, and your actions that matter. Wow, this is turned into a bit of an emotional moment for us here, huh? Those are what will define what this title truly means. As you now stand atop the zenith, remember to uplift others. And that's the thing that's really wonderful about this game. The community here is, yeah, the definition of uplifting others. Yes, sure, every community has their bad apples, but this game, I think this is truly something special, this game, and the community. And the player mods. Don't even get me started on player mods. Like, they've done so much for this community, I will probably never shut up about it. Okay, for it's not the power we hold, but how we wield it. That makes the legends truly immortal. So whether you're the supreme overlord of the Celestial Dominion here, or just virtuoso out there, right, that goes out for all you new players too. This is something for you to shoot for. Let your actions be a beacon of hope, inspiration, and kindness to all. Forge a legacy that transcends realms, Virtuoso. And I believe we have. And may that legacy be one of benevolence and honor. For glory, Virtuoso, for glory and eternity. New epithet, Supreme Lord of Celestial Dominion. To use it, equip it. All right. You know what we're going to have to do. There we go. Man, that's a long epithet. Look at how small the word is. Virtuoso, Supreme Overlord of Celestial Dominion. Okay. So, we have 9 shards. That means those who've guessed 9 shards will enter the giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the Wheel of Fortune so that we may know who won those 2 developer-sponsored 500 crystal packs. So I'll be right back, and I will set it up so that everybody can know who won. So I'll BRB. All right, so over here, now that we're back, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And on the right side, you can see everyone who have entered a giveaway and have guessed 9 shards. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to first randomize it a few times so that everybody knows, right? This is all fair. There's no shenanigans here. All right. And we're going to see who's going to be the lucky winners. 9 sharders. Yes, good luck. Let's spin the wheel and see who's going to be the lucky first. All right, congrats to Stejun for winning the first one. I hope I pronounced it correctly. It's Stejun. I'm going to assume it's Stejun. Congratulations. So after today's live stream, I'm going to send over to the devs who won in today's live stream, and it should be out by the next update. But we have one more, right? We got 2 giveaways for each event. So this is the 2 giveaways for the final shard down event. So I'm going to remove Stejun, and let's see who's going to be our second winner. Here we go. All right, congratulations to Carrie for winning. I'm going to go ahead and just make a note here. And yep, that is it for the first part of the giveaway. I will go ahead and set up our next event. Once again, congratulations to Stejun and Carrie for winning. And I will be right back with our second event for today, where I'm going to reach level 100 fishing, the last catch. So I'll be right back. All right, we are back in Fishing Pier for the second event for today, the last catch. So, for those of you who may not know the horror that is leveling fishing to level 100, I'm just gonna be honest, to give you an idea of just how long and how much fishing takes. Just for the record, I'm a grad student doing a PhD in psychology. In the course of me since last November of last year, starting this game, I wrote out my whole dissertation and I published a paper. And by the time I'm done with all that, I still haven't reached level 95 fishing. That is how grindy fishing is. We're talking about a good 10 hours pretty much every single day. That is how insane the scaling for fishing is. So, in fact, this is so hard that on the Eterspire wiki, and yes, we have a wiki, it's a community effort. Feel free to add your knowledge onto there. There is so much about that is hard about fishing that there is a hall of fame of people who have reached level 100 fishing. Like, that is how much effort it takes to get to 100. And yes, takes longer to get level 100 fishing than get a PhD. Well, I honestly probably played this game a little too much, especially in the first couple months right before I got this close, right before I started creating this event. Like, I honestly play this game a lot because it's fun. It's a fun game. What if you want to be a PhD in fishing? Well, I'm about to be, right, in a sense. So what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to fish sticks. And the thing about this guy is he loves fishing, but he doesn't love sticks. Yeah, you know, just a little bit of that witty writing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to buy what we need to in order to fish lobsters. So in order to fish lobsters or crabs, you need two things. You need a lobster pot and you need fish carcasses. I'm gonna just buy a few, just to be safe. But the thing about fishing is it's just really, it's a lot of work. And the way you stay sane is by fishing in a group. So whoever wants to be a part of this, bear witness to this wonderful moment as I spent, let's see here. Lazy friend said 7 gold for dead fish guts. Yeah, so I spent 77 gold worth of dead fish guts. All right, so we got, oh, Roxanna's already here. He's ready. So yeah, I'm gonna just be chilling here. And I'm just gonna be fishing. And you may notice that there's that little silver power-up thing that's covering me. That means you're fishing in a party, and as long as everybody else is in the same area you are, you all get a bonus to how frequently you catch fish. So it's very similar to being in a group, in a party, and grinding out mobs and bosses. The difference here is instead of the experience rate, you get more catches. Okay, so Goldfish Brain, like, do you want to be a part of the fishing party? He's just standing there, y'all just standing there menacingly, like, I don't know what you guys want to do. You'll let me know if you want to be a part of this fishing party or not. Because, I got 5,000 experience left. That's a spy. Yes, I guess it was. Yeah, and by the way, whatever music is playing in the background, I assume it's the same music that's played here. If you're someone who is serious about fishing, just be ready to hear that a lot. Or you can turn it off, right? You can always go to setting here and then turn the music off, like what I'm doing right now. Well, I'm doing it because I actually have a playlist going on in the live stream right now. But okay, Cheesy just chilling there. Okay, I see he just wants to watch. So yeah, you just hear splash, splash, splash. Just be prepared to hear that a lot if you want to grind out fishing. And honestly, yeah, Cheesy's getting a 10 at the beach. Wait, is there sunlight? I never really looked up. It's just orange. Maybe the next update we could get a sun. Don't forget to check the entire Eterspire OST on the YouTube. Yes. So here's the cool thing. So a lot of the OSTs, a lot of the soundtracks in the game, it's made by the devs themselves. Lar2 specifically. Like, boy, some of those. I mean, some of those are some pretty sick soundtracks. All right, we're currently about 4,000, a little less than 4,000 experience away from 100. Oh, hey, look, it's very okay. Very okay is one of the player mods. He's honestly done so much for the community. Like, it's hard to put into words just how much he has done. Yeah, it's one of the how should I say it? One of the pillars of this community. All right, let's see. We're getting close, right? Look at just how much we have in. Don't fall it, yeah. You know what would be really funny if they add swimming in Eterspire. That'd be pretty funny. All right, let's see. Okay, so we got mostly lobsters, and that's because I'm 99. And the thing about this giveaway is if you're one of the people that guess crabs, sure, you have I have a higher chance of getting lobsters, but if you guess crab and I get a crab, it's less competitions for you. So it's a kind of a risk and reward sort of thing. Like, do you want to play it safe and guess lobsters, or you want to risk it and guess crabs? All right, let me see in the chat. Are you guys who's team lobster and who's team crab? Let's see some folks here. All right, we got team crab. Oh, so when you hear that, that means the fishing spot has moved. This is just something. So yes, this is very AFK-able skill compared to leveling combat, but you still need to pay attention every now and then, right? Because the fishing spots do disappear. So every now and then you just need to make sure that you're still fishing. And when you hear that ba-doom, that means the fishing spot has moved. Or it means your inventory is full. My lobster net broke. Oh my god, don't give the devs any idea. Next thing you know, they're gonna add like durability to tools. M-Shot's team herring. Well, I mean, I'm using the wrong thing. Herring is fishing nets. Because I'm seeing a slight favor towards Team Crab. That's very surprising. And yeah, so to put it simply, fishing is a very relaxing skill, right? There's really not much to it in terms of mechanics. I want them to add cooking next so we have something to do with the fish. Yes, please. I imagine how much all of this lobster would be worth. Like, just I want to cook my lobsters, right? And you know, lobster bisque, lobster salad. I'm sure there's like all sorts of things you can cook with lobsters. That'll be phenomenally delicious. Cook things for buffs. Yes, that's probably the thing, because the cool thing about Eterspire is they don't monetize health regen. Like some of the MMOs I've played in the past are so predatory, they monetize health regen. Eterspire doesn't, so probably the way to go for cooking, like if they're ever going to add it, will probably be something like buffs. Maybe like buff XP rate or temporary damage buff, defense buff. Party-wide food buffs would be really cool. Yeah, that too. All right. We're getting close. All right, we have about 400 experience left. $300. I don't know what Santa's on about with prosthetics. Take hands wet and grab a lobster net. All right. We're almost there. We're getting close. All right. Wow. I didn't think this was possible. I am literally 1 XP. I am 1 XP away from level 100. What are the odds of that, huh? All right. So what's our next catch going to be? Is it going to be a lobster or is it going to be a crab? It's the moment of truth, guys. Let's check it out. Let's see what we're going to get. It's crab. Crab. Crab battle. There it is. Level 100 fishing. And it's a crab. All right. So, just to make sure everybody's on the same page, right? Last catch, it's a crab, right? Y'all see it? Crab. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for the second way of the giveaway. And then I'll be right back. All right. This is the second part of the dev-sponsored giveaway. We got 2 crystal packs left, 2 500 crystal packs left. And these are all the people that were on Team Crab. So I'm going to do is I'm going to first randomize it a couple times, right? So to ensure we're fair. And we're going to see who's going to be the lucky third. Who's going to win the third pack of 500 crystals. So here we go. Gavion22, congratulations. You won 500 crystals. And by the way, as for what to spend those crystals on, 500 is just 100 shy of a mount For free-to-play players especially, I would highly encourage you to get a mount, and make sure to also participate in community events. Those get held pretty regularly on Discord, and you have a chance to win crystals. Especially with some of the bigger maps coming, I would highly encourage you to save up your crystals for a mount if you don't have one. All right. So let's go ahead and continue with the giveaway, and let's see who's going to be the winner for the last 500 crystal pack. Here we go. Metal Beard. One hell of a name. Congratulations. You won 500 crystals. So with that, we are done with the giveaway for today. But don't leave, because we still got one more event left, the group photo event. So I'm going to be right back, and we're going to first make sure that we get something that is very important for today's last catch. So I'll be right back. All right. So now that I am level 100 fishing, it is time to get the one and only. The little fish caught my net. Here I am. Yes, you are fishing master. I have mastered the art of fishing. Yes, I have finally done it. Risen above the tide, conquered the currents, earned the sea's respect. Impressive indeed. It's no mere garment, it's a symbol of skill. Yes, I've seen Epoxy, one of player mods running out with that. Yes, it's a symbol of tenacity and dominance over the waters. Only the best anglers in the world have the privilege of donning it. And now, I've joined that elite. Yeah. Here we are. Wear it proudly. Let every fish, every angler, and every soul know that you are one with the sea. 50,000? Yeah, so, if it's a cosmetic, it's worth it, right? I have 2 mil, like, I'm fine, like, I can't afford this, right? But it's like one of those things where you can spend this money on something else, but if you have the money to spare, right? Remember, endgame is Fashionspire. Endgame is Fashionspire. It's all about the drip. So 50,000 for the hood, and so yeah, I just spent 100k just to look cool. Next stream, collecting all the pets. Okay, I am dedicated, but I'm not masochistic. Most days I'm not. Here we go. Here it is. I have Supreme Overlord of the Celestial Domain, plus 2,000, and I'm wearing the fishing cape. We did it. All live on YouTube today. This is a historical moment. 23 concurrent views. Like this has been amazing. Thank you all for being a part of this. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the group photo. Right, we're gonna first all go to Stonehollow. If you can't show up, like if you're not showing up, it's probably because of the sharding. No worries. We're gonna also take a photo, a couple of them, at Alcalaga and Trouts the Mountain. So don't worry if you're not in the Stonehollow one. You'll get your chance to show up. So I'll be right back, and we will meet at Stonehollow. Wow. This is a lot of people. I mean, hey, devs, if you're seeing this, right? Here we are, right, you guys? This is probably the moment you guys are waiting for. We got all these people here, right? Because we all like Eterspire. Most days, right? Sometimes we hate it because everfrost drop rate is just beyond abysmal. But yeah, at the end of the day, we enjoy this game. We really do. As much as some of us like to complain about it sometimes. So yeah, let me... there's this tree that's in the way. Let me see if I can find a good angle here. It's probably here. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so all of y'all come here if you want to be in the group photo. I'm gonna go ahead and just sit down here. Ah, don't stand in front of me. Make sure I'm still visible. All right, so whatever pose you like to do, like sit, dance, whatever y'all like to do, we're gonna go ahead and just settle in. Yeah, here it is. There we go. That's it. That's why we play this game. That's why we love this game. All right. Okay, we're gonna take a couple screenshots here. 3, 2, 1. It's 1. 3, 2, 1. That's 2. 3, 2. Oh boy, I'm getting lag spikes from this. 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's 3. All right. So this is the first picture. Man, look at y'all go. Now we got the claps, right? We got the dances. We got people just sitting down chilling. This is great. We're gonna go to Alcalaga next. So if you're being unfortunately sharded out, this is your opportunity to be a part of this too. This is Alcalaga is kind of like the, you know, like you've advanced a bit further into the story. Yeah, why don't we stand next to a good old Gervasius here, right? He's the Valiant. Let's see if he has anything to say. Hello, adventure. I'm Garcia Gervasius. Yes, he's very valorant. What now? All right. Yep. My adventure's just beginning. Yes. When you reach 160, that's just a tutorial, man. The real grind starts at 160. Oh boy. Man, my phone is piping hot. I could probably fry an egg on it. Ooh. All right. Let's see here. Should have done it in the new big map. We would all be there then. Yeah, that's actually a good point. How about this, Neil? After we do Trials of the Mountain, let's all go to like Oak Ridge Crossing. Yeah, and Vary's like if there's a player cap, I hope the player cap is larger there because that would be great. Like if we can get everybody in that big map, yeah, that's sweet. All right. Anyways, Akalaga photo. We're gonna start soon. And everybody go ahead and do your emotes, whatever you like doing. All right. Supremacy's facing the wrong direction. That's hilarious, man. All right. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. There we go. That's 3 pictures. Oops. Supremacy, you're funny, man. Okay, don't worry. If that was an accident, you can there's still a chance that Trials in the Mountains. If that's on purpose, that was a good one. All right, Trials of the Mountains, and then we will have one more picture because Neil made a great suggestion. The big maps. Like, I mean, the devs put in a lot of work. They made a map builder from scratch just to be able to do that. So I think it makes sense to go to Oak Ridge Crossing. All right, I'm probably just gonna be right here. All right, let's see who shows up. All right, we got Roxana here. Got Thrall, Kagura, Shielded, Wiswold. There we go. Yeah, so we got all the 160s. Oh, and there's Neil. Hey, what's up? Or an enemy one. I wonder if that's Neil. Might be projecting here. All right. Everybody get in position. Oh, wow, I guess they're just going to be doing trials. Well, see, I respect it, man. The grind doesn't stop. Like, just doing trials when we're doing group photo. Okay. Nice. All right. Let me just see if I can... All right, Sago, if you want to be a part of the picture, you want to head over. We're going to start taking pictures soon now. Okay, we got more joining. Okay, damn, we have a lot. Yeah, I wonder if there's a player cap here. Now I'm curious. Because we have 24 viewers. We have 26 viewers here right now. So I wonder if, how many of us can fit in here. All right, let's see. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This map has a bigger cap. Yeah. Seriously. Okay. I think that's pretty much everyone, so we're gonna go ahead and take the picture now. Yeah, hi. Yeah, say hi, YouTube. You're all live on YouTube. Right? Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. One final picture, and then we are done for today. This has been a blast. This has absolutely been a blast. Streaming, having you guys all join me, watching me reach and achieve the greatest achievement in Eterspire. Oak Ridge Crossing. Okay, where's the campfire? I'm trying to remember where it is. I remember coming across it. Blue said, they said, don't worry, we're going to Oak Ridge Crossing now, so there's still a chance. Okay, I'm actually, damn, I actually don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Where's the campfire? I'm actually blind. Road? Wait, you mean road at beginning? Oh, I see. So you wanted to go to road at beginning. Okay. All right. All right, in that case, I'm gonna go to road at beginning instead. You mean the campfire at road at beginning? Okay, that makes more sense now. So, yeah, those new maps that the devs added, they're massive. And look, I mean, look at this. I'm still going. You know, it's kind of poetic in a... Wait, did I miss it? Yeah, well, this is embarrassing. Yes, I'm directionally challenged. Both in-game and in real life. Oh, there it is! Hey, there's the campfire, and wow, Cayenne's already there. Okay, how do you sit on it? Oh, you can just... There we go. Yeah, this is a nice little spot. Okay, we'll give it a few minutes for, like a couple of minutes. I'll see what you guys have said. Next big stream collecting all... Oh, yeah, we'll already see that. Yeah, I'm not doing that, man. Like that's way too much. This is enough of a grind for me. Enough for one day. I might do it at some other point, but probably will take my time. Do I want the lock spot? Ah, you got it. You're there. You're there. You were there first. So you're good. I'll just sit next to the fire. All right, we'll give it like a minute or two more for people to make it. For those of you who don't know, we're at the Road of Beginnings. Once you go in, there's a little corner, go left, there's a little path, and you'll see us by the campfire in tent. If Cheesy is in a separate instance, then this one's probably full. Ah, dang. That's rough. Okay, but don't worry. If it seems like everybody likes live streams, and maybe, who knows, in the future, the cap for some of the bigger maps will be increased. So yeah, like, when I think of a better idea of what to do for a live stream, like, I'll probably do another one of those. Oak Ridge might be more. Okay, so do we want to go to Oak Ridge? Let me ask in chat. Okay, so both in games, do you guys want to go to Oak Ridge Crossing? Or do you want to stay in the Road of Beginnings? Okay, that would Des have both picks. Yeah, sure. Why not do both? But man, what started off as just taking a picture in Stonehollow turned into taking a picture. Well, next we're gonna just might as well take a picture everywhere. All right, let's first take one here, and then we'll go to Oak Ridge Crossing. We'll take a couple there, and then we're done. Okay, that'll be it for us. All right, ready? Okay, 3, 2. Oop, wait, hold on. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's 3. Now we're gonna go to Oak Ridge Crossing. No, we're not going to Umagaga. This is it. I'm spent, man. The live streaming this has been so much fun, but I'm like, oh boy, that was a lot of talking for one day. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how these streamers do it. By the way, we'll just do it at the bridge. I think that's probably the easiest way, because when you spawn in, like the bridge, it's right there. And every now and then we might catch a newbie. Yeah, well, I'll keep some of those in mind for future live streams, right? Like, because the thing is, I don't know where, besides Trials of the Mountain has a higher cap for obvious reasons, because it's where the group content is, where other places have a higher player cap so that people can be in a photo. Yeah, I mean, really sorry if you couldn't make it, but I appreciate your support nonetheless. Like, this has been an amazing live stream. This has been wonderful. All right, so we'll give it like maybe one more minute for people to make it to Oak Ridge Crossing. This is the last photo, and then afterwards we will be done. So we got a bunch of people dancing here. Probably, like, honestly, Trials of the Mountain was probably like the best photo, but I'm gonna post them all. Like, I'll be sure to pick a couple of the good ones, right? One from each zone, and then we'll go ahead and post it on the interwebs, probably in a YouTube community post, right? Or I'll also be sure to post them in Discord too, so everybody can see it. All right, I think that's about a minute. So we're gonna take the last picture. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. All right. That is it. We are done. 160 plus 2,000 and level 100 fishing at the same time. The greatest achievement in Eterspire. Thank you all for joining, and until next time, this is Virtuoso signing out. Happy hunting.